Hi, guys. Welcome back to another episode of I Fear I Have Thoughts with Lilly Tavarez. I am your host, and this is a safe therapy session, calm place for us to talk about things that we are struggling with, how to get out of them. And it's a place for me where I don't want to just be giving advice. I hope my advice isn't blind advice because I say it all with coming from my heart and coming from experience, but also for this podcast, I am hoping to just make me better and take my own advice that I have to give. And today I am talking about something super personal to me. Am I even in focus? Stress is something that everyone deals with on probably a day to day basis. We all struggle with stress. There is no life without stress. But chronic stress is a completely different monster to tackle. And that is my biggest issue in my life is even in times of solitude, calmness, I still struggle with chronic stress from being in a state of fight or flight for my whole entire life. And it's something that actually took me a while to realize that wasn't normal because it was normal to me. And now that I'm getting older and I have more control over my life and my emotions, I don't have control over this. And I really want to. I want to try to take control of my stress and somehow get my nervous system to chill TF out. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I want to start treating stress like an illness. I want to start treating stress as if it is a disease to avoid at all costs. Obviously, like I said, there's no way to eliminate all the stress that you will feel in your life. Stress is so normal and it's a day. I mean, I don't know for everyone, but for me, definitely it's a daily emotion that I feel. Um but oh gosh, I want to literally avoid stress like the plague. And so we're going to talk about it together and figure out how we can kind of work through this because stress really it isn't chronic stress can be an illness. Like I'm going to Google right now like the effects of chronic stress because on your body it's beyond your mind. That's the thing. Like I feel like I am more mature and aware of my mind to where I can control that, but this chronic stress just goes into every part of your body. Okay, effects of chronic stress: heart disease, high blood pressure, weakened immune system, digestive issues, chronic pain, and cognitive decline. Oh my goodness. Increases risks for memory loss. Wow. Chronic stress raises your blood pressure, increases your heart rate, can cause inflammations in the circulatory system, leading to higher risks of heart disease, heart attacks, or strokes. Like, this is what I mean. We stress about the smallest things, and then we have like the highest cortisol levels ever, and then we're gonna wind up having heart attacks when we're old. A consistently high level of cortisol can weaken your immune system, making an individuals more susceptible to infections and illnesses. Oh my gosh, digestive and metabolism issues, pain, fatigue, sleep disruption. Oh goodness, guys. Stress is a lot. It does a lot on our bodies, and it does a lot on our bodies long term for us to be stressing about things that never happen. Almost everything we stress about literally never happens. And I think that's also something that is our job to remind ourselves, like 99% of the things that you overthink happen, but Also, I used to remind myself of that when I used to overthink about like the worst possible outcomes in a situation. And again, now that I feel like I have more of like a lasso around my mental health and I think more positively, I still overthink things in a way that you might not feel is like negative, I guess, but it's just like nothing can ever be simple. Nothing can ever be one thought, one sentence, dot it, period, and like nothing can ever be like that for me. Everything has to be so continuous and why, what's the why, but how, blah 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 blah. And while I think it is good, I think that shows like problem solving skills, it shows that you're analytical or philosophical, whatever. Just like how do we get ourselves to just stop saying why and just accept things. I think that is one of my issues, but I don't know how to fix that. But okay, let's talk more in let's put this into our heads together that stress is an illness. We are treating stress like it is an illness because it truly can make us ill. My body, wow, this is really like therapy for me right now. I'm like sitting with my knees up. This is so nice. My body is so chronically tense. I have such crazy knots and strains in my neck, shoulders, traps, back, all the way until my lower back. And all of that is due to stress. And I am about to be 20. Like, I'm so young and I just carry so much emotion and so much stress in my neck and my shoulders and my back that I know I am going to have lasting physical issues because of the tenseness that I have been experiencing for so many years in a row, because it hasn't gotten better. It's just continuously getting worse. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like when I'm older and my joints are starting to give up on me and stuff, like I'm gonna have some serious, long lasting pain. Um, ugh, I used to be so afraid that I was gonna get ulcers from stress in my stomach. But did you know, like, stress really can tear up the line of your stomach? It's like, gosh, stress is the worst thing ever for your body. Stress is literally the worst thing ever for your body. And it's like, how do we get rid of it? How do we get rid of it? Like, imagine all of our healths. Like, how healthy would we all be if we didn't have chronic stress that causes these like premature issues, premature wrinkling? Oh my gosh, from clenching your face a lot, stuff like that. It's so crazy. And I just, something snapped in me the other day when I was like thinking about what I should do my podcast episode over and what's something that I needed to talk through that could also help other people. And this was just what came up was like start treating stress like a disease. Start treating stress like it's an illness because it is literally making us ill. And we don't deserve that. And I don't want to suggest to myself in any shape or form that I do deserve that because I don't. And I am over it. Like, I think self care, we need to start babying ourselves. Think about all the people in your life that you baby. Your boyfriend. I know I definitely baby my boyfriend. My sister, I have a sister 10 years younger than me. Like, babying people and like being the bigger, older person is just like who I am at my core. So I think I just kind of do that to everyone. I've had to baby my own parents. Like, I have had to baby girls and past friendships that I've had. I need to start babying myself. Like, I'm saying this collectively because I see no harm if we all started babying ourselves. Drinking tea is a small thing that I really like to do. And when I don't know if you guys are like this, but I am like a super consistent routine person. And it's like if I fall out of the routine for a day, I fall out for a week. And then I have to get up and start the routine again. So my routines are so on and off because it's like all or nothing. Like if I mess up, say I'm like having such a good self-care week, like I've said affirmations every day, I've made my tea every night. I've done like spiritual baths in the shower where I've like envisioned just like the bad vibes rolling off of me. I've done that every day of the week. I cook myself dinner every day and I mess up one day and I like fall into that for the next week until I get fed up and I'm like, I need to fix myself. So let me know if anyone else struggles with that too. But that is something that I need to stop doing. And I noticed that and I'm trying to break that pattern this week because I just got out of the bad side of it after being on the good side and being so proud of myself. Like, why would I not want to feel like that? Like, in the moment when I feel as though I don't have the effort to put my best foot forward and do that, I need to start just doing it anyway because then I'm going to feel like I don't have enough energy or effort in me to do it for the next how many days. And then I would just feel so much worse. Like, we would never do that to someone we love. If we had a routine that we did for them, we would never just like fall through for a week and then like come back because you can tell that they're upset. Like, no. So I feel like I need to start doing that for me and just kind of sheltering myself more. If I see anything that makes me upset, instead of daunting on it, overthinking on it, just kind of like going through the motions in my head, how about try to shelter myself from it? And okay, I'm not saying like run away from your issues. That's definitely not what I'm saying. I'm just saying the issues that you can't really change, replace them or cut them off or put a temporary band-aid on it that will make you feel better in the moment. That is healthy, of course. I guess some people's temporary band-aids could be really toxic and harmful, but you guys know what I mean. You guys know what I mean. I just like, if something makes me really, really, really freaking upset, I can go under my blanket and watch my phone and be miserable. Or I can say, okay, I am going to make myself a cup of tea, drink this tea, reflect, let the tea make me feel better. Or maybe I needed to write about it, or if I am feeling not good about myself, for example, instead of just feeling not giving, maybe I go and I get ready for the day and I might not want to, but I know that it will make me feel better after. And that's an important thing too that I've learned through like going to the gym for so many years, that like ugh it's like, sorry, I think someone's trying to come into this room. That's why I was getting like caught up. But something that I learned from going to the gym for so many years and when I was really into like lifting and stuff like that, which I'm just like not as much anymore, but when I used to have way more self-discipline and was going to the gym every night at like 7, 8 p.m. and like lifting heavier than I ever could now, was you will never regret a workout. Like, after you go to the workout, you will never regret it. You will never feel worse after you work out. It's just putting forth the effort to get there and to get started and to do so. That's the that's the hardest part. Like today in one of my classes, I had a teacher say like all you have oh okay, so let me explain. I Our school does like 5 week classes, so it's like a third of the semester basically. Actually, I don't know how many weeks are in a semester, but anywho, basically it's February 10th and I randomly just have a new class now that I go to for the next 5 weeks. And the teacher was, or the professor was like, this is going to be super easy. Like, all you really need to do is show up, like just show up. That's the easiest part is attendance. And I was like, no, like genuinely going to class, getting myself to go to class sometimes is so much harder than any assignment you could possibly give me. Like I would rather write a 10-page paper from home than show up sometimes. Not that we write 10-page papers like in a day of class, but I'm saying like I would literally, okay, you get it. But then skip your class. Then you regret it. Then you think about it. You can tell yourself you don't care. I've done that. And then I'm like, oh, but I do care because now my grade is down. I just think like it's so hard to put energy towards making yourself feel better when the reason that you don't feel good is because you have low energy and the like you can't help the reason that you're feeling. Well, you can. You have the control to change your emotions and change your view on situations 100%. But I'm just saying like in those moments we don't think that. And if we do think it, we don't truly believe it in those moments because it's just hard. It's just hard, guys. Life can be so hard, but we just need to start treating ourselves like someone that we love. Yeah, we love ourselves, but the people that we choose to love, such as our significant others or our friends, we treat them with so much more love, grace, and respect than we do for ourselves. And I think that is super dumb. And I am ready to just start being kinder to myself all the time and try to kind of just shelter myself from these bad situations as much as I can. I don't want to deal with it. I really don't. And whenever I'm stressed, I'm just like sometimes you need to be bedridden. Like, you don't always have to push through every single thing if you really, really can't do it. Sometimes when you're stressed, and this is what I mean, treat it like you're sick. Not all the time, because that will turn into bed rotting, like in bed depression, which you don't want. But I am saying give yourself the grace to rest. Set your intention that you're not bed rotting. You're not falling into the rabbit hole of depression. You are just allowing yourself to rest. Like hustle culture or whatever is like a talked about thing in our generation since everything is so go, 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 go. Work and work ethic and expectations have also become so go, 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 go. But it's not realistic. And sometimes we seriously need to rest. Feed yourself food like when you're sick if you are stressed. Hot soups, hot teas, hot food is like known to reduce inflammation. Reducing inflammation can help with some of that physical stress. I just love tea. I think everyone should be a tea drinker. Put lemons in your tea. Cut up some lemons, or if you don't want to cut up lemons, just buy the lemon juice from the store and literally just microwave a cup of water and drop some of those in there, and everything will be a-okay. Like, start treating yourself like you are a sick kid who needs their mom when you feel like that. Because sometimes we really, really do feel like that. And I know personally, my mom always like kind of coddled me when I was sick. I always would want my mom when I was sick until I was probably 18. I still did. Like, coming to college my freshman year when I was sick, and it was my mom that I wanted because I was just like used to her getting me like crackers or toast or oatmeal or applesauce or tea and like all of that. And my mom did that because she loves me and she wanted to protect me and make me feel better as much as she possibly could. And I am so grateful for that. And so now that I've came to college and had to be alone, I've learned that I need to do that for myself. And not just when I'm sick. I need to do that when I do feel like I need something and I don't know what it is and I'm spiraling or something feels out of control, something's not in place and I don't know what it is. So we're protecting our peace, we are protecting ourselves. My plan is to just start having more grace for myself and treat stress as heavily as it should be treated, because the long term effects, the short term effects, but especially the long term effects that stress has on the body and not just the mind is irreversible, and it's premature. And it's sad that it's something that like us as humans have to deal with because you feel autonomy for that. Like, I feel like it's kind of my fault, even though I know the things that have traumatized me, the things that have like tainted me as a human, none of that was my fault. But I feel some kind of like, I guess, guilt that this is this is my life. Like, this is my one time to live. Wow, this is getting depressing. But like, this is my one time to live, and I've spent so much time in fight or flight that I can't even like unclench my jaw or fists or like drop my shoulders when I'm completely alone by myself in my room doing nothing. I can't release. And it's at the point where I feel so cringy saying this, but I like feel sorry for myself, kind of. I feel like gross saying that, so I guess maybe I don't, but I guess I feel sorry for younger me and me from, I don't know. I just, stress really is an illness. Chronic stress is like a disease. You can't get rid of it. It affects every area of your life. It affects your physical health. And I just, that's my mindset that is going to hopefully get me to be able to avoid unnecessary stress as much as I can, to just help me release. Like, that will kind of be my little mantra, because telling myself, release, like, that is doing nothing. So, avoid it at all costs is impossible, but that's what I'm just going to keep saying over and over to myself and hope for the motherfucking best. And uh, yes, I'm excited that I have this podcast now to like come back and rewatch some of this. Not anytime soon, but in the future, who knows? Maybe I would be like, chronic stress? What? No, I think I would need like literal Xanax to make me have to say what's chronic stress. But no, I I'm just I'm really happy that I have this outlet to talk right now and be able to put it out. I feel like this is just really vulnerable, but that is who I am. Like truly. I took a personality test today. I'm going to like read you guys some of the results because it was so accurate. Like let me show you guys. Okay. It said I am 52% introverted. So like 48% extroverted and 48 or 52% introverted. I feel like that's so true because I can really be an extrovert. Like I can really like turn it on, and sometimes I feel more extroverted if I'm feeling like good about myself. But no, like at the end of the day, people like who watch my TikTok might not like think this, but I am definitely a little bit more introverted. Like I want to be a reporter and a podcaster for Christ's sake. Like of course I'm extroverted, but I would rather be by myself most of the time. Like I love alone time so much. And I just like I hate meaningless conversations, and I just can't make friends with people if they don't kind of like show me the certain level of depth. Like I think depth is just so important to me that I kind of just like go in a little hole cuz I just like, you know. Okay. And then mind, it says I'm 81% intuitive and 19% observant, which is so like that's not even funny because intuitive is like yes period. Like I definitely know that I'm intuitive. I'm a Pisces. I've always been intuitive. That's like one of my favorite things about myself. But the next one is like actually hilarious. 80% feeling and 20% thinking. Hello. Hello. Maybe I should just call this the empath podcast. Because what the heck? Like, are we kidding? Like, 80% feeling is actually so crazy. 82% judging and whatever else is what makes 100 from that. 18 prospecting. So, okay. I don't really know what that one meant. It's just the description was so perfect. This has nothing to do with anything, but who cares, guys? This is my podcast. I'll do what I want. I need to start taking autonomy of that. Like, I can do whatever I want. That's something I like struggle with. I like I said, letting loose. So hopefully I can let loose on this podcast. But anywho, my personality description. Your perfectionist tendencies drive you to constantly improve yourself and the world around you. This relentless pursuit of growth and meaning can be both exhilarating and exhausting. Tell me about it. You have a knack for seeing potential and possibilities where others might not, but you may struggle to bring your visionary ideas into reality due to self-doubt or fear of criticism. You possess a rare combination of creativity and analytical ability. That eight, like that is something like a compliment I would say to myself is that and my intuition. Those two things are like what I'm proud of. Your intuitive understandings of complex systems and human nature allows you to devise innovative solutions to challenging problems. However, your sensitivity to criticism and tendency to internalize stress can sometimes hold you back from fully expressing your unique gifts. Learning to balance your idealism with practicality and self care is a key part of your personal journey. Like, that's literally what I would like been talking about. Like, these are spot on. I don't know how they ask you like 30 questions and then tell you your whole entire life, but these are seriously so spot on. My strengths were insightful problem solving, high ethical standards, dedication to meaning, creative perspective, thoughtful communication, and reliable follow through. Like, this is so. Your weaknesses: sensitive to negative feedback, discomfort with self promotion. So true. Literally so true. Struggling to delegate, avoid routine tasks, overlooking your small wins, idealistic expectation. Like, oh my God. It was so tea. This was just so tea. But I don't even know why I was bringing that up, just to tell you guys that I did that personality test, I guess. But yes, it was so, like, as an intuitive person, as an empathetic person, I feel like with that comes overthinking, and with overthinking comes stress. And let's just start celebrating the small wins. Let's start celebrating how the intuition and the empathy shows emotional intelligence and emotional maturity. Um and yeah, that that's that. Thank you for listening to my mother freaking TED Talk. I hope that when I make these episodes, I am able to reach an audience that feels similar ways or maybe needed these certain perspectives, because I, my like title for the that personality test was advocate, and that is always what I want to be and always what's super important to me. Yes, I love to yap and I can talk about anything for however long, but I have so much care in my heart for like the human population as a whole. I am keeping hope for us. I have so much love and care in my heart for all of the girls that I have in my community that have like helped me, and I have helped them through my words. And I just think I'm super grateful to be able to use my words and express my words and hopefully help anyone. Just want you to know you're not alone. Everyone is going through some kind of personal journey at all points in time. And I think chronic stress might be more common than any of us think. It's just not something that we talk about. But you are definitely not alone. And it is never, ever, ever too late to try to take control as best as you can of your life and your emotions and your mental health, and see what a difference you can do when you really take the energy from where you didn't even know it was there. We always have more umph and fight in us than we can even recognize in ourselves. So I hope that this can inspire some people to take initiative with trying to heal their chronic stress and heal what they're going through. And I hope that I can as well, and that we can go through it together. And I am manifesting super good things for this podcast and this platform, because this is beyond TikTok. This is beyond TikTok videos. Like, this alone is more vulnerable than I've been in a TikTok. Like, this is me, and this is the kind of stuff that I want to be putting out there, because it said in my personality test, I have this crazy drive to match my career path with what I am truly like meant to do. And that is something that's seriously so important to me. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for listening today. I seriously appreciate you listening to me yap for almost 40 minutes. But I love you guys so much. I hope that you all have the bestest day ever because you deserve it. And thank you guys so much for tuning in to the I Fear I Have Thoughts podcast.